Characters can make or break a story, providing a memorable tale that will live on for a long time in either glory or infamy. However, just as good characters can uplift a narrative, terrible characters can ruin it. Video game narratives are interesting since even those with less screen time can lead to players hating an experience. Heck, a character can still be great and still garner hatred. Let's look at 10 video games with some of the most annoying characters. Frey Holland, Forspoken.
Yeah, okay, that is something I do now. I do magic, talk to sentient cuffs, kill jacked up beasts. You know what? I'll probably fly next.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
Oh, that's too far. Good to know there's a line.
If you could just master these new abilities, with my help, of course.
Did you not just see me take out that gnarly beast?
Ella Balenska is an incredibly talented actress, but even she couldn't salvage the horrible writing and characterization that ruined Frey Holland, Forspoken's protagonist. When the demo was first released, we thought it was just the frequency and quality of the ambient dialogue that was bad, and thankfully you could reduce it with an in-game setting. Unfortunately, despite an interesting setup and reveal near the end, Frey is almost completely unlikable in her general outlook and how she deals with people. The excessive cursing doesn't help, and even if the final game is allegedly nothing like what was originally pitched, she drags down an already problematic experience. P3, Atomic Heart.
Major Nechayev reporting for duty on Comrade Sechenov's direct order.
Welcome, Comrade Major. Today is a joyful occasion. The birthday of Collective.
Yeah, many happy returns. Cut to the chase, would you? I've got places to be.
Naturally.
That being said, Atomic Heart's protagonist, Major Nechayev, aka P3, is somehow even more unlikable. When not outright dismissing things or people, he fails to read the situation, being abrasive and genuinely unpleasant. This manifests more when he speaks to Charles, his polymer glove, constantly berating and telling it to shut up at the slightest provocation, which is hilariously similar to Frey and Cuff. Of course, the horrible dialogue doesn't help. While some of this may be due to localization problems, P3 comes across like he'd rather be somewhere else. The Knights. Gotham Knights.
Do we think it's legit? Bruce never talked to me about it.
When Bruce worked with criminals, he didn't exactly keep us in the loop.
Yeah, it's not you, Tim. But it's also not crazy to think that Harley made this up.
Just play it, and we'll know.
Listen, I enjoy DC Comics, and characters like Barbara Gordon, Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, and Timothy Drake have been part of some incredible stories. The Killing Joke, Under the Hood, War Games, the list goes on. So a video game focusing on these characters after the death of Batman should have been money. Gotham Knights is not money, and its portrayal of these characters is even less so. Leave aside the cheesy lines for a moment and ask yourself, why is Jason Todd built like a jock? Why is Dick Grayson so obsessed with his backside? Why is Timothy Drake so awkward and Barbara Gordon just there? There are many questions, but any emotional connection is dulled by how poorly each of the Knights is written. That none of them has a tenth of Batman's charisma, whether it's Arkham Origins or Rocksteady's Arkham Trilogy, doesn't help.
We root out the court, and we keep the league away from Gotham.
I really miss him.
Preston Garvey, Fallout 4. On the surface, you have to feel somewhat bad for Preston Garvey. He's trying his best to run a faction that isn't murderous or looking to oppress others in the wasteland. Of course, things quickly turn sour when you realize Preston's personality isn't very complex. He's quick to make you general of the Minutemen and delegate duty, but will let you know that another settlement needs your help every time, without fail, till the end of time. Gex the Gecko, Gex series. In the old days, everyone was trying to create a platforming icon to rival the likes of Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog. It was the big three of Nintendo, Sega, and Sony, so the PlayStation 1 needed someone. While Crash Bandicoot stood out, Crystal Dynamics' Gex the Gecko was also a competitor, known for his one-liners and numerous pop culture references. Critics appreciated his onslaught of witticisms in the first game, but with Enter the Gecko, Gex quickly soured on everyone with terrible humor, going on and on about the same things. There was even an option to reduce or turn them off completely, proving that even the developers knew how annoying he was. By the time Gex 3 was released, everyone was over it, and Gex was relegated to history. Bridget, Overwatch. Bridget has a nice backstory, wanting to join the fray after surviving as a squire and mechanic for Reinhardt. Her voice actor Matilda Smedius is similarly excellent and captures a wide range of emotions, from sadness and determination to sarcasm and joy. Unfortunately, Bridget's kit would be problematic for Overwatch, introducing a new meta which made damage dealers obsolete for a long time. Despite numerous nerfs, she continued to be a must-pick hero, and the competitive balance spiraled further and further down, inspiring excessive backlash from players. Even after role queue and a rework, Bridget sits in a contentious position. Buffing her led to complaints, and leaving her alone makes her insignificant. Roman Bellic, Grand Theft Auto 4. In the beginning, Roman seems nice enough, doing his best to make a living in America and providing some much-needed camaraderie for Nico. Unfortunately, any polite impressions go out the window when he calls and invites you for bowling and darts. Again, and again, and again. No matter how many times you refuse or how often you don't pick up the call, he'll keep calling. While later circumstances will make you sympathize with Roman, it's a long road of annoyance until then. Adoring Fan, The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. The Adoring Fan is your reward for becoming the grand champion of the arena. He seems enthusiastic and unassuming enough, so surely he won't be the worst follower. However, not only is he incapable of fighting, but his overly enthusiastic crowing quickly gets on your nerves. While not bringing down the whole experience, the Adoring Fan is still hard to forget. Angelica, The Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel series. At first, Angelica Ragnar, or Angie, seems cool enough. She's part of the Arcus test team in Thor's military academy, testing out the Orbital bike and doing whatever she wants while being a great friend. She's also skilled in Taito, having learned from Trails in the Sky's Kilika. However, Angie tends to be too excessive with some of her affection, to the point of discomfort. Though reduced in Cold Steel 2, her character jumps the shark in later games, becoming extremely one-note, disturbingly aggressive and seemingly losing any cool factor. The Trail series has its share of annoying characters, and sadly, Angelica is one of the worst. Hoji, Shadow Warrior 3. The setup of Shadow Warrior 3's story led me to believe it was a buddy drama between Wang and Zilla, so when Zilla becomes a fit player and Hoji makes his triumphant return, it's easy to feel disappointed. Things only get worse due to Hoji's grating voice and irritating self-service schemes, which Wang doesn't see as leading to inevitable betrayal. If all that wasn't enough, his discoveries about being human led to some of the worst humor in a video game. You don't go into a game like Shadow Warriors 3 expecting incredible characters, but Hoji could have been way better. Did you know that we at GamingBolt upload new videos every day? Stick around, drop a like, subscribe, and hit that bell, and let us know what kind of content you'd like to see in the future with a comment below.